How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another heavy metal diecast video, and today we have one here from Gemini Aces for you, and it is the Boeing FA-18F Super Hornet here, and this particular aircraft is from VFA-103, the Jolly Rogers. We are getting our pirate action on, of course, and our particular livery here is of aircraft AG-201 while aboard the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower in 2009. Now, we'll open this up and have a little look what we've got to play with. Now, that is a very nice box. It does have some information in the flap here and some specifications and everything. And a bit of foam here. Let us open this up and check that out. And whoa, there is our Hornet sitting nice and snug in there. Now, it does come with a collector card, and there is a limited run of 750. There is a little bit of detail on the back, and of course, if you like your cards, you'll be happy with that. It does come with some instructions, some massive instructions. So that is the instructions. So depending on your eyesight, will depend on how helpful these will be. We'll move that out of the way. So you do have your baggie that does have the landing gear options and all the gear bay doors. Yay, this is going to be fun. We do also have the baggies that will contain all our ordnance that we do need to put on this aircraft, of course. Very, very nice. And that awesome Super Hornet sitting in there. There is the stand sitting here as well. So you do have that base there. And let's see if we can get that part out. We can. So, of course, you screwed that together. That does feel like, I think that's metal. Yep, sounds like it's metal. And, you just screw that together and assemble that so you can chuck it on your stand. All right, so I suppose we better get this beautiful-looking Super Hornet out. Let us move this out of the way and get our eyeballs onto this sweet-looking FA-18 Hornet. Wow, that does look pretty good. So obviously there is some moving sections, stabilizers, rudders. They all move around, but the problem with the moving parts is they do get a little bit floppy. The more that they are handled, I guess. So depending on how much use your model's got, because these have to be bought. Gee, that's a bit loose too. These have to be bought second-hand, unless you bought yours brand new. But if you're trying to get one now, you have to buy these on the second-hand market. So depending on what the previous owner has been doing with that model will be whether these are overly loose. I'm not sure if they can be tightened or anything like that. But as I say, I don't care that much about all these fancy moving bits because it does cause issues if they do become loose. As you can see, they are quite floppy. This has some pilot figures already in it, although the pilot does look like he is asleep at the stick there. He's got a bit of a lean to the side. Let's see if we can open that canopy, which we can. So there is a little bit of detail in there. Looks like he's hit his head on the looks like he's hit his head on the canopy. You can see the white paint from his helmet. He must be unconscious. So hopefully the backseater has taken over controls there. But it's the only problem when buying second-hand models. You do every now and then have a little bit of a hiccup here and there with the finish of certain bits. But the canopy doesn't quite sit sort of flush either. But it has a lot of nice detail on there. That does look pretty cool. The build quality itself looks really nice though. I'm still reasonably happy with the purchase of the aircraft, but you can't really get these very easily either. They can be quite expensive. So if you are spending a lot of money on a model, you do really want it to be pretty pristine. Well, let's turn this over, have a little look underneath. I mean, it's a very similar setup to, I suppose, your Witty wings, JC wings, in regards to the way this is going to set up for the gear down and gear up as well even, but then and the layout for the whole ordnance, the way it's got to be set up and everything. But what we'll do is we'll set this up. We'll chuck some landing gear options on this and we'll come right back. All right, here we are with it set up for in-flight. Very straightforward in regards to putting the ordnance on. They all slipped in their positions really nice and really easy. Same with the gear bay doors, very easy. You've got your nose wheel one and the two main ones for each landing gear. This is pretty much identical in the way it's set up to your JC wings and older Whitty wings ones, so no doubt sharing a mould. But I think it does present quite nice for, I suppose, this is probably a bit of an older one. It's still holds up very well. It does look fantastic. The only thing is, if you want to put it on the stand though, it's one of the stands that go in the engine exhaust and they are loose. But we're going to do it anyway. So you just do slip. This is obviously the assembled stand. I had the model monkey set that up for us. And that is where your stand goes into. And I always say, I don't like that fact, because if those engine exhausts come loose, then your model is in danger of falling off, and you could see they are loose. But hey, let's chuck it on there anyway. I don't like that at all. Yeah, that's I don't like this stand at all. Oh, there we go. It's locked in, I suppose. Are we going to have our first crash on camera? No, well, seem to be okay so far, but I'm not going to touch it now. This is your Gemini Aces FA-18 Hornet from VF-103, set up for in-flight. And this Jolly Roger is still alive, so that's good, I suppose. But I'm not a big fan of those stands in that exhaust. It's not making me happy at all. But for those of you that do display them like this, good luck. I wouldn't want to risk my model hitting the deck with these type of stands, because as you can see, it's separating there. It's starting to let go. You don't know what quality glue they use in there, so if it's not superhero glue of some sort that will never let go, how are you going to trust this setup? Yeah. Anyway, that's a few in-flight guys' problems. For me, I'm a gear down, of course. So this is no problem for me, because I'm not going to be touching this stand after this video. All right, what we'll do, though, is we'll chuck some landing gear on this, because that's going to be fun as well, because of all those tiny little gear bay doors, no doubt. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Well, and this is the problem with the in the engine nozzles too. That's trying. See, it's stuck in the stand too. So no doubt, eventually that would be falling apart. But yep, just thought I'd make you aware of that too, for you guys that like to display your aircraft in this type of style in your exhaust nozzles. If this happens, your aircraft's going to hit the deck. So anyway, I'll fix that, back into that, and put some landing gear on. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, we are back. The usual deal with these particular builds. So you've got your 6 gear bay doors that you've got to individually place in there. Of course, your front nose wheel has 3 individual doors that you need to place in there, plus the nose wheel. The wheels do turn, and they are also made out of metal, so you can put a lot of pressure on when you're putting them into position. And speaking of positions, see in there, that strut has to be put into position as well. Now, ultimately, I suppose you'd want to put a little dab of glue on the end and the top end there, because you can place it in the little slot down in the wheel bay, and when you try and line it up, you can sort of maybe put a little bit of glue in there and get it to seat into the landing gear itself, because it doesn't lock into where it's sort of intended, I suppose, to go. It doesn't quite, like this side doesn't even quite reach, and I've pushed quite hard to get it to fit into place. So I don't know if when I turn it over anything will drop off, but yeah, same with some of the gear bay doors, especially in the nose area. They didn't feel like they were sitting in there tight, so I'm hoping nothing drops off, but I am not making any promises. So, but overall, it does look nice once it's all set up. It's just a little bit fiddly. So for those of you that don't enjoy fiddling around, you may not like playing with this one to set it up for gear down. In flight, very straightforward. You know, just got the 3 pieces, but gear down, there's a lot more than 3 pieces. So this is, you know, the punishment I have to go through every time I do one of these particular models. Let's turn it over and have a little look. All right, everything's sort of staying on there nice. Oh, spoke too soon. There goes a strut. But that's the problem with those little struts. This is why I like Hobbymaster Hornets so much, because there goes a little gear bay door. Because everything is a little module that fits straight in, and that's fantastic. I like that. There is a lot of ease in the Hobbymaster ones. You just put those little modules in, and that is job done for that. But look, overall, if it's a livery you're after, yeah, it's worth chasing one of these down. But if you're just after a Super Hornet, I would definitely go down the Hobbymaster route, because they are a lot easier to, well, one, to get, but they are a lot easier to assemble. But of course, this is my opinion. I mean, this isn't bad, but it is. They can be a little bit expensive too, and for the frustration it may cause you, that does, I suppose, diminish the reasoning for you wanting to part with your hard-earned cash for something that does frustrate you a little bit when you're trying to set it up, especially when the Hobbymaster Hornets are just so darn good. All right, I will finish waffling on, of course, and wind up this video. So I'll take some close-ups of this, of course, and whack those photos on at the end. So for those of you that want to check it out, can, without more sausage fingers all over it, of course. Now, don't forget, if you enjoyed what you saw today or found the video helpful, some of those my way would be really appreciated, as well as your comments down below if you feel like saying something. All right, everyone, don't forget, for those of you that have yet to subscribe to the channel and like what you see, don't forget to do that as well. Thank you so much for spending your time, of course, in watching another one of our videos. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today, and you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.